Okay. Hello. Hello, Clement. So this is the second CAD workshop. If you didn't come to the other one, it doesn't really matter because I'll still go through some basics. Today we're gonna do a basic quadcopter chassis, and just to show you how to do an assembly and do a few more features and things that I didn't show you last week. So you can see on the board, yeah, cool. What you want to do is you want to start a new sketch on one of the planes. It doesn't really matter. Have you guys done that? Did you know? Yeah, cool. Okay. So when we start a new sketch, we can create a center line. So what I want to do is I want to make a quadcopter base that is similar to a cylinder. So what I want to do is I want to revolve it around. Okay, so I don't know how to explain that very well, but if I was to show you, this would be a bit more intuitive. So basically, I'm making a center line, and then I'm just going to make a simple shape, just to really quickly show you what I'm trying to say. Revolve, and there you go. So that's basically a revolve. So draw this cross section. Well, not really cross section. This 2D plane, and then you revolve this shape around. So let me just go back. And let's say we want to make it nice and curvy. We didn't go through this last week. So did we go through trim? If you have a line that you don't really like, you can just cut it. You just hold and cut, and that will get rid of lines that you don't really need. What you can do to make curvy lines, it's not necessarily good if you want to make something accurate, but if you want something to look kind of cool, you can use this, and everywhere you make a point, it circulates from that point, and there you go. So that one's a fairly fun kind of sketch thing you can do. Press escape when you finish. There you go. So when I go and revolve, so this here is revolve. You can also revolve cut. It's fairly self-explanatory, but there we go. Here we go. If I just click yes, you've got a nice little quadcopter chassis that is quite funny, I guess. Okay, there you go. Anyway, another thing you can do is we can go and edit this, and you can change the amount that you revolve around. So if you only want it 180 degrees, it's quite easy. But I'm just going to go change that back to 360. Sure. Let's have a look. Okay. Another useful feature is there's a few things when you extrude that you can also do. If you use Photoshop before, line is fairly basic. Okay. Yeah. Okay, you can sign the tennis ball.
See, this is the quick line that comes down.
Yeah.
So I need to move that along there and then mirror it onto the side as well. Because I need to have this. Show us how
How did you do it?
I don't know.
Can you drag your sketch over? So I think they were waiting for the move back and then try to drag it. Yeah. You can change the center something that someone pointed out is that you can. The center of rotation is where you actually want it to be. So it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be this line. You can always change the center of rotation. So we can do it that way. But yeah. So in this case, I want it to be like that. Okay. Let's try another thing. Let's say we want. Let's say we want a little thing at the bottom. I don't know, just so it has something to land on. Not necessarily a good design, but let's just have a look. And if you guys are ready, we can start a new sketch at the bottom. Okay? If you guys able to do that, start a new sketch. Bottom of the thing you made.
Penis.
Okay, so you're good. You're up to that. Okay, so let's make a sketch. Oh no, start a sketch. And what I just want you to do, just draw two rectangles like that. Nothing exciting, just like literally just draw two rectangles. I'm just going to show you something you might find useful later on.
So what time are they? 7:30.
It's
Okay, I'm on the bike.
don't worry about dimensioning. I just move them wherever. So I'm just going to show you a feature. It's not necessarily best. You shouldn't really do it like this, but if you came last week, you would see how you actually meant to do it. Okay, let's go extrude. With extrude, you can click this button here, and if we get a nice view here, get a nice view. I do not have a mouse today, so it's kind of hard for me to look. Okay. I'm gonna find a mouse. Does anyone have a mouse? It's gonna be hard.
You can't. You can't, they're cheeky little bastards.
Just go.
You can't.
Yeah. Okay, I've got a mouse. I've just okay. You guys up for that? Okay, cool. There we go. So let's just make that. Let's assume we're putting a battery in here or something. And let's just go, I don't know, 70. And then what you can do here is you can draft. So draft is pretty cool. It just creates a little angle, tapers in. What else you can do? Thin feature. So that's a bit much. Just delete. Okay. Not fully what in this case, if you don't close the edge, and just have the line instead of drawing an actual thing that's enclosed. So, in this case, when we did thin feature, it had two lines that it followed and made a feature. We go edit, just take away thin. Okay. Yeah, delete. Anyway, put the battery in there, it's all cool. It's a bit bulky, doesn't matter. Something that makes things look really cool and it's really useful is to fillet and chamfer. So filleting is quite simple. It's basically just making a round edge. So click the edges that you want. It should fillet them. Just something to take note of is the preview. It's usually good to have full preview on so you can see what you're doing. I'm just gonna fillet all these edges because it looks really good. And also it's good for stress concentrations because if you have a sharp edge, it's going to tend to at that point. So if you have a chamfer, it's pretty good. Or fillet. And we'll just mess around with a chamfer. So just click the arrow and you can get a chamfer. Cool. Packaging is just packaging isn't getting the star. It's really funny looking. So yeah, it's just a relationship. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Good, Sam.
It's quite fancy. It serves no use, but it is fancy. This picture is just how you want to make those lines. Okay, if you guys are ready, we just go and really basic. Let's just make a hole somewhere in here. Just make it 12 mil. And extrude cut. Yeah, we can Anyway, cool. I'm not sure if I talked about this last week, but yeah, so you can do a cut. So you can go through, and if you want to cut through the entire thing, you can go and do a blind cut and go through it all. But the best thing to do is to tell it exactly what you want to do. So click up the surface and click which direction you want it to go. But this case doesn't matter. And then click which surface you want it to go to. So you want to go to that surface. So you want to cut from there to there. You can click this surface instead and just cut there. But yeah, in this case we want to go there to there. Let's make a hole throughout the entire thing. Actually, remember what and then we're just going to go File, New, make a new file. Sure. Too bad. So if you change, if you want to change the size of the it still needs to go to the surface, not go to the surface. Okay, so let's drill a hole and then you extrude cut. We're just going to make a really basic shape. So let's go sketch. And let's just sketch anywhere. Okay. And just redraw that hole that you made. Same size. Mine was 12 millimeters diameter. Oh, it's radius? Okay. Hopefully I did. Yeah. Well, let me go check. So, hopefully you remember from last week. If you go tools and measure, you just click here. Okay, I did 12 millimeters radius. So, okay. Oh yeah, so if you weren't here last week, just go up to the top here. If you don't have that pin, do it like that. So you go like that, pin it, and you go tools, and you'll find measure. So measure comes up with this little box, and you just click anywhere you want, and it just gives you the dimensions. It's very, very useful. When you have more complex parts, it's a bit more useful than in this case. But yeah, let's put a dimension in here. 24. Okay, it's good. And I'm just gonna extrude that. I don't know. Just make it really, really large. Okay. Cool. Just get that made. Nothing fancy, just a shot.
Looks the same as that.
Make sure you measure the hole so you know what I did. Make the shot.
One of the other ones.
Choose assembly.
That's what you said. No one.
And then according to the assembly later. Just make it fun.
I mentioned I
Yeah, so once you've done that, we can go File, New, and we go Assembly. So, you're really done that.
Okay, first of all, this man is sorry.
Just re-dimension it. Just re-dimension it. No, you can't. Measures so you can see. Okay. Follow around. Someone else? Follow along. Okay, follow along. Has everyone made that second part? Yeah. Okay. So go new, assembly, and go OK. So what's going to come up here? For some reason it doesn't have my parts here. I think there's parts only come there when you save. So I haven't actually saved my other parts, so how about I just go save them now? Let me just go save. Control S, desktop, part 2, yeah. Cool. Control S, yeah, cool. Okay, so click insert components, which only happens to come up if you save, and double click it, and then just go over here, place it, and then go insert, and then place that. So yeah. So this is an assembly, so you can get 2 parts and put them together. So, new file assembly, yeah. Everything's going good. It's good. Okay. Go to assembly.
It's that.
Yeah. What's okay?
Quadcopter.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
I just set up with 1 line.
Yeah.
She said, okay, but you assemble it by yourself.
It's another point of a kit.
Yeah.
Okay. So is anyone up to me yet? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. So with assemblies, the main thing you would do is you can drag it around, but if up here in the assembly tab, after insert components, you have mate, and this is basically the main thing in assemblies. So what we want to do is to say that this shaft, it's like the arm for this quadcopter, goes into this hole here in the chassis. So we're going to go and say it's concentric. So click that one, click that one. It automatically knows what we want. And there you go. So click the tick, and to make that go away, click the tick again. And now you've got that there. Cool. Easy. Easy. You want to go? Yeah. Okay, let's go through a few more things. Here we can do this again, and let's say we want this, not necessarily for this part, but we want this to be flush with that. It automatically do a coincident here. If we go here, and you can see the mates that you've done already, and you can delete them. And let's grab this again. We can say we want this to be parallel with this. We can make it tangent. Just delete. Let's get that and that. Okay. Okay, that's good. There we go. So that's coincident. Click that. Get out of that. So now it's always, the face is always touching that face. Another thing that you might need to do, let's just go here and edit. Another one that's very handy is to do this one, which is an offset, and the offset would just let you say, I want it basically touching, but then move it away about 10 mils. You can move away as much as you want, and you can flip it with these. Basically, those faces are parallel, but 10 millimeters apart. Okay. How you going with the record?
Good. Yeah. It's I put two clips.
Yeah.
I check the clearance. I had to move one out. It's slightly off symmetry, but not. So it's 2 clips there now. I'll check the clearance and that's cool. But what I need to do, it looks good, eh? Huh? Yeah. I think it's too shabby. No. I think everything needs to put in that hood. Everything. In that hood, I need to put light board.
Isn't everything we have in the other one?
Receiver, Bluetooth, GPS. All 4 things in that hood.
Oh, big. That's not that big, actually.
No, but because it can stack up, I'll have to just put, I'm going to stand off the inside. I might have another piece which sits on top of those 4 stands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just make like blocks similar to those sizes of parts, like all the electronics, and see if it kind of fits in them.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, if you guys have fun with assemblies, that's the basics for assemblies, not too much. Not too much you need to learn. It's pretty good, it's pretty easy.
What are you working on?
Okay, so let's go back. Let's get back to our first part. And let's go. Guys, the first part, yeah? You guys finish playing with P1. Cool. Let's go back to the first part. Yeah. Okay, let's click this part inside here. And we're going to focus the rest of this thing about 3D printing.
Did you get a
So,
stability?
one of the things is just like or solid piece. You don't really need this whole thing solid. So what we want is to do a shell thing, shell feature, and that just basically clears out everything and makes a shell of your part. So it's right here. See, click the face you want and then click shell, and let's say 3 mils. 3 millimeters, pretty good for 3D printing. Well, our one anyway. Okay. Here we go. So having a few problems with 3 millimeters. Let's see.
Completely okay. Okay. What was I saying? Okay, you go, man. See you tomorrow. What was I saying?
Something like remote control using a.
Yeah.
Okay.
But stability means that when you go into pre-coordination, you should get a feedback loop from the.
Okay. Doesn't like it. It doesn't like it.
So they put pictures from X-Plate that shows that the aircraft, when you try to pitch down, the aircraft tries to pitch up.
Augmentation.
Stability, implementation.
No.
So like, what he tried to do was, I was reading in one of the reports, he tried to flip the aircraft.
Okay.
He wouldn't flip the aircraft came backwards from So you need a very fast computer as well.
Let's say.
For some reason, I don't think that works.
Does your laptop lag? And it's running its next. Does anyone have a gaming computer on this? What do we need? Do we need more processing power or?
Oh, I know if you guys are just having less trouble shelling. Not working.
So you need to say to usability text, we actually need a pilot to define that. So we can ask Mario to fly.
Okay, no one can shell. Okay, well that's... Anyway, if you did a simple part, shelling would actually work, but okay, shelling doesn't work here. So like that.
Let's just find out. Like,
Sad. For those who didn't come last week, what you can do is you can change the material. And it's got a long list of materials here that you can choose from. We print in ABS, so what basically you can do is you say what we're making this part out of is ABS, and it has these properties. So we can find out the density, and therefore we can find out the weight that it's going to be. So that's handy when we're making our quadcopter, so we can kind of get a rough estimate on how much it's going to weigh. And if you go Tools, Mass Properties, it will give you the volume and the mass. So I made that really, really big, and it's 2.5 kilos. It's just terrible. It's a lot of plastic, yeah.
What's it made of?
It's ABS.
Oh.
But I made it like double the size. And it's solid. I wasn't able to shell it. Anyway. Just with 3D printing, I don't know if you guys can 3D print. But it shrinks by 0.2 millimeters, like a pretty large part. So it's something, if you wanted to make, like, put a bolt through the material itself, if you don't put enough clearance in, it's not going to go through. Stuff like that. Well, you can do 1 million thickness, but it's really thin.
It's almost like springy at 1 mil. It's almost like you can bend it. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's easily bendable. 3 mil's good. 3 mil's really solid. Yeah.
It's a rule of thumb. It's not a perfect rule. Like it says your tail has to be 1/3 the size of your wing. So your tail span has to be 1/3.
So say we want to 3D print this. We can go File.
Don't worry. For now, just continue what you were doing.
And doesn't matter.
I think it's something we can add in the last week. It's not schooling.
This is not if you want to 3D print, you know. So what you need to do is save it as an STL file. So find it somewhere around here. And
just say that you ran all the tests and don't need to write about anything else. When you talk about sizing,
I'll save it anywhere. It doesn't matter. Okay. So basically, it saves it like that, and it lets the 3D printer makes a code to tell the printer where to go to print each layer. So there you go. Come here. It's not very hard. Once you make the part, it's saved as STL file, and it's ready to print. Yeah, so it's more about making sure you think about how you're going to take this full material out, and how much full material there is, and how easy it's going to be to take this full material out. This hole here, it's quite easy to take the material out there. If the hole was covered on this side, and this whole part was covered, you can't get to this full material easily. So just got to think about getting this full material out. It's not very easy. Especially if you have something thin and delicate, Yeah, if you have something delicate and you've got sport material around it, it's gonna be really, really hard to take the sport material off. What else would you need? It's also good. Just go back to the measuring tool and just checking, and you can see that that's 25 centimeters. So yeah, that's not gonna fit on a printer. So yeah, yeah. Our printer is 12 centimeters by 12 by 12, but Dead Space has one that does PLAs and ABS.
It's
Look
bigger.
up the replicator.
It's like 20 by 18 by.
Yeah, look up the replicator on the computer. But they use PLA, though there's not too much difference.
Let's print ours in both.
Yeah? Let's do some stress
They don't
tests.
have anything to print. So may as well use up
They're
there.
just printing like
They're just
silicons. Silicons. We want to print some cool plug up this.
You should put up the current design just to show people what up there.
Oh, where's the current design?
In the Google Drive.
Oh, Google Drive.
Don't tell me how to make it. Oh, you should just download this and I'll save it all. Hold on.
Oh, look at this. This is the back end of Create. It's 3D printing. Okay. What is it called?
It's in a folder.
It's in a folder. New quad new. Which one?
Have you guys?
Not that one. You call it.
Definitely there, definitely.
Have you seen hashtag Totally Honest Methods?
No? What's that?
It was a Twitter thing that blew up a few months ago. Basically, it's all these scientists talking about the things that they do that aren't technically should be considered part of the scientific process. Things like I picked that die because it was the one that was closest to my shelf. Hashtag Totally Honest Methods. And one of them was, I can't supply you with the original data because it's been 3 years and I don't know what my Excel file names mean.
This is an assembly file, by the way.
Huh?
This is an assembly file.
Isn't it in your folder?
My folder.
Don't you have Google Drive on your computer?
I have Google Drive.
Just share the Create folder with you.
No, I have Google Drive, yeah.
Go down to
It should be in here, shouldn't it? No, but this is a Google Drive.
I know, but
Let's not go through my personal files.
sorry, it's in here, bro.
Are you sure you uploaded other than assembly? Oh, you just called it assembly and it's not actually.
It is an assembly.
How do they do that?
Alright, so
Okay.
guys.
This is a more advanced version. It's one I prepared earlier.
Oh yeah. So
Actually, was this today?
that goes over the top.
Yeah, so we just did it's concentric, made in here, made a little hinge, and then you can just check clearances and stuff. So it's useful when you want to see if something's gonna work beforehand.
Is it gonna go catch? Is it gonna snap?
No, there's two catches.
Yeah. There's a
On the back
GoPro mount. There's a GoPro mount.
This is a GoPro mount, yeah.
Just did that today.
What else is it? ESCs, all the wiring and stuff will be all integrated under that hood. Should be pretty snazzy.
Just scroll down a little bit. You can see here. Yeah. Yeah, so one of the things you have to know about is getting sport material out of here. It's pretty thick, so you can put a bit of force, but it's still not as easy. If we just cut that off, it'll be alright.
Yeah, that might be something worth considering.
Getting support material out of these holes here. Not that easy either. The battery.
Battery, we haven't put the
Explain
clip yet.
this
So
cool
these,
battery.
these clips are going to change. This isn't final. But we need some sort of sliding system so that when the GoPro's on, it throws the balance to the quad out. So we need to be able to slide the battery back a little bit. And then when there's no GoPro on it, we need to be able to slide the battery into like a neutral position. So that's going to be sort of like a very primitive version of it is this, where you just have the batching kind of coming out attached to a clip, which can slide down those rails.
So it's pretty strong. Like something similar to this fell like from 50 meters and didn't break.
Out of the sky.
Out of the sky.
Aluminium arms bent before the.
So if you just, it's actually just,
That's two parts. One's the hood, and one's the.
so let's just.
Shit, there we go.
You gotta go?
Yeah,
Cute. So let me just change the material. And it's gonna go each one. Wood cover. Where is plastics?
Yeah, and they should go.
Okay, so yeah, so we can just see the weight and stuff. Let's go.
Sorry.
There you go. So this one's 163 grams, and then you've got the shafts. Yeah. You can do that instead of mirror. So,
Okay, just start with 9%.
let's start with that.
Okay.
Say,
Okay, no worries. Okay, bye. I'll make sure you cover, yeah? I'll make sure you'll cover. Yeah, because my bike's just a mechanic. Okay. Alright, bye. Sam, can you fix the density of that? Because that's solid, isn't it?
yeah, that's
So
solid.
that's 163 grams. So cow, that's 163 grams, so it's completely solid.
Yeah, but when it prints, it's not solid.
20%. Yeah. Or whatever it is, it just does a honeycomb on all the solid bits. So all like it'll be less than half that weight probably. Can you
I don't know if we can make a custom material.
just change the density of that?
I don't know. Big custom plastic. What do you reckon? It'd be half the fill? Maybe.
Even less.
Let's go for 100 then.
Is that half?
It was about 1,000 something. Okay. Got our new custom plastic. Cover wide.
Bring a cube of it and then weigh the cube and figure out the density of it.
So maybe 80 grams.
At half fill it's 80 grams. Probably
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
They usually start. That's it. Oh, it's nice. Should I mention that? Should I add this to the workshop video? You can also do cool stuff like you could. It's an assembly.
So all the other stuff's in that folder.
Yeah. So let's make a new sketch. A few things with sketches. You don't have to follow along. I'm just gonna go through some things before we finish. Got a circle. You want to have this circle going around everywhere, circular, and you choose the point here. You want 4, you want, I don't know, 7 maybe, who knows, and that will give you a circular pattern. It doesn't have to be circle, it can be anything. Cool. There you go. What else is there?
That's cool, baby.
Here you go. I don't know. I'm just gonna look for cool things to do just before we finish. I might do something really complex. I was gonna do something complex. Just delete that sketch. Okay, so I'm just gonna make a sketch here, and then I'm gonna get reference geometry. Okay, I'll just make this. Reference geometry and make a plane, and then what you can do is you can get out of here. Okay, or not. Make a plane. Anyway, so you can make a plane above the sketch that you've made. And what I want to do is, what's something that looks kind of different? Let's say you've got this. Yeah. Oh, say like you squish this up. Yeah. Yeah. Say like you squish this up, and it's like this at the start, and then it comes in here, and it comes back out. So what you want to do is you want to get the cross sections from the bottom, and quarter way, halfway. And then what you can do is you can make that, and you can make Solidworks fill in the gaps. So you make one cross section, another one, and make it fill in the gaps. So let's go 40. So do that. So let's make a few of these. Yeah. Another one. Okay. So we just made a few planes, and then just go sketch. Oh no, let's make it come in. Yeah. Yeah. And another one. Sketch. Go a bit further. Yeah. Yeah. And then it would look kind of like a vase when we finish. Another sketch. And let's make this larger. Okay. And then you go save that sketch, features, and go loft. So loft is probably one of the harder ones you can use. And so let's go this one. Just click all the sketches, and it will make that for you. So you see what it did? So I made a work plane, made a few different ones, made cross sections, and it just kind of flowed with the cross sections. So that's kind of cool. It's hard to get something dimensionally accurate like that, but yeah, hopefully that works. Yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah, to do that, what you need to do is you go here, make a sketch. So you've got your planes going like this, and then you need to make one that's going like that through it. Okay? We'll just go. Let's go. I'll move this. Here, sketch. It needs to be after the sketch. What am I doing? Let me just put that back there. So, right plane, sketch, and then you get the spline, and you can kind of tell it where you want to go. So you can kind of just move this, and you can make the line and manipulate it So it still goes to those points, but it's not actually the same as it assumes. So let's go with that. So now you got a line, you got your sketches, and then if we just edit, and then make a guide curve, and okay, are these it? Okay. Oh gosh, what am I doing? Don't. It's very silly. Very silly. Sorry. I don't really do this as often because it's kind of like. Yeah. If I just. I don't know. I'm just kind of like guessing now. I don't know. What are you doing? Sorry, guys. Sorry.
It's okay.
It's all good.
Are you guys trying as well? No. Okay.
I'm making satellite.
Yeah.
You guys doing satellites? Trying to add to me?
Wait, let me just. Oh no, that's. I got this. Oh, it's not. It's not. No, Hey. But yeah, we can make this. We make this. And we get the faces and slot them in. Then you have your CubeSat. Bam. Easy.
Yeah, so this is two.
Huh? This is
Two or
one U.
one U?
Stuart wants us to make a one
One U first. Yeah.
because the 2U thing is, well, we could very easily make a 2U out of this, because what we do is get a cylinder that size and super glue the fuck. Like, I don't expect 2U to like just assemble and physically hold itself. So the 2U model, that's super cool. We'll just continue using these components and whatever. The bases will be easier. But for now that I've done this, and I remembered that I should build it, I'm going to.
Are you going back to the theater?
Not today, because I got stuff to do. And then here, I'm going to cut out the faces. I'm going to cut out each face, make sure that they jut into the corner by the appropriate amount and slightly less, or maybe slightly more, in case the pieces contract or expand. And then we just print everything separately. There will be no support, no waste or inaccuracy over doing like the support for any roof or anything. Because we're going to print all the faces flat on the printing box. And then after that we just shink. Well, actually, the last piece, the piece that goes on top, you saw like how there's a circle hole here, right?
Sorry.
You see how there's a circle hole here, right? And incidentally, for printing convenience, we're printing this standing up, which I don't know if we're going to print standing up properly, but we might. But if we don't, then there's no circle hole here. So then, how do you get the bottom face to stick into it? The answer is simple. We cut it. And then that makes a slot. So yeah. It's just
Okay,
really annoying
sorry.
to cut down.
So it took me a while. I did the loft before I did the guideline, so I had to delete the lofts. But yeah, basically, you can also do a guideline in the plane on this side. Basically, I drew it like that. Yep. So yeah, I know. Thank you. So basically, what I've done is I've made all the sketches, and then I made this sketch here. So we've got the sketches in these planes, and then I've got a sketch in this plane that you can see in the orange, and that's kind of guided where this goes through, but it still goes to these things here. Yeah, probably don't need to know how to do these. It's not as important. Yeah, what else? It's not that accurate, so. Hopefully this allows me to show you shelling. So hopefully if I can show this. Is it gonna let me shell? Let's see. There we go. Okay, so yeah, with the shell, if you click two faces, it allows those faces to be open, but everything else is enclosed in the shell. So, sorry? Yeah, if you want the base to stay closed, you can just click the top face. Yeah. So yeah, that's like you can see through it. But if I was to go edit and remove the bottom face, yeah. So once that finishes, it's closed at the bottom, and then yeah. Sometimes you have these planes. They're kind of ugly in the way. You can click the hide, so you just click it and click the glasses, and that gets rid of them. That's, I don't know. It's not too much else to go for basic helicopter stuff. We did basically all that. So all's good. All's good. Yeah, I didn't go through that. It's bad. Too bad. I don't even see one. Okay, cool. I think that's good. Everyone's happy? Everyone's... Yep. Okay.